Hey guys, in this video we're going to talk about a couple of things, Flash and Google, and you know what, I really need a good HD video camera so I can film my iPod and stuff. The only thing I got are these little flip cameras, and the Minnow HD does really good, but I'd like to have a really nice video camera, but man, I just can't afford it right now at this time of the year. Gonna have to wait till later. That's off subject. I'm sorry, I was, digressing there. So let's talk about this here. As everybody knows, Adobe went to have an example of Flash running on mobile devices on the Nexus 1 on a demo here lately, and it crashed twice on them during the demo. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is, Jesus Christ, Adobe, you didn't test these things out. I'm sure you did, and they worked fine, but at the scrutiny you're under about Flash, I would have doubly made sure that I wasn't going to have no fuck-ups before I took a mobile Flash out on stage and showed people. That just seems downright irresponsible. So let me load up this video here. As you can see, it's gonna load up, and I want to show you. This is this Adobe evangelist actually is who he is, and Ryan Stewart maybe. And he's demonstrating Flash on the Nexus 1 because it fucked up so bad in the demo. I guess he's trying to redeem himself by showing it work on the Nexus 1. And as you can see here in the video, still, there is a picture or a video of the Nexus 1 we're getting ready to watch. So let me load this video up, and I'll edit the part out where it loads because I want to be able to scrub. And I'll be right back. Okay, guys, guess what? Flash just crashed my goddamn browser, so now I'm having to reload it. So let's just start off from where we're at here, and let's just show this. I've got the volume turned down. Now I want you to watch how choppy this is. Now this is what you call a full web experience. Look close, look at this. Horrible, holy crap. And it even says this video is not optimized for mobile. So do I gotta keep seeing that pop up? Oh, nice ad. Come on, look at that. That is horrible. And this is something that they're bragging about. This is something that they're proud of. Look at this hockey game. Let's watch and see how great. Watch how fast he turns it off. Look at that. Stutter, 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 stutter. Okay, come on. Listen, obviously Adobe Flash isn't going to be able to run on mobile devices the way that Apple users want it to be a smooth and exciting experience. Looks like to me from website to website, some are going to be optimized, some ain't, some might stutter, some might not. Flash is just too much of a guessing game, too much of a security risk, and as you can see, you are working on a mobile version of Flash to work on devices, and it's still that stuttery. Yes, people can say, oh, it's beta, it's that, it's this. Then why the hell are you even showing it to us? Make sure you got something worth showing before you show it. And if this is how you call being an Adobe evangelist, I don't see how you're doing anything but hurting the fuckers, because that was just pathetic about how choppy that was and how quickly he turned that off. See, he's not a stupid individual, obviously, because he's seen that coming. So this here, it's loading, it's just, God, I mean, the Flash on a mobile device is not meant to be. It doesn't work well, it will never work well, and Flash isn't for mobile platform. Why can't Adobe just accept that and make a great mobile platform? Because they're wanting to impose their cash cow on everybody. Mobile devices will soon outnumber home devices, and Adobe knows it, and they need to get their cash cow working, and I say, fuck them. If they can't do no better than this, then, they don't deserve anybody's support. I'm just not impressed with what he's got showing me here. I'm not impressed with the performance. He's not showing us the CPU that's being used. He's not showing us the battery that's being used. Notice it is plugged in. I'm assuming it's plugged in. I can't really see the icon there, but it looks as if it is. If not, yeah, I think it is. Either way, he's not doing anything to show us the battery life or the, processor or the RAM being used. A lot of people don't think about this kind of thing, and as you can see from the performance of this Flash here, I'm not impressed. And the main thing that matters is playing video. That's what everybody gripes about. I want to be able to watch video, and the video is the worst performing aspect of it. And somebody said, well, we just want a good video player. We don't need to play Farmville and all that. And I say, screw you. You're the one complaining about a complete web experience, and now you're telling me that it's just good enough to have enough to play Flash video. You don't need Farmville and stuff. No, a full experience is a full experience. So you either take it or you leave it, you know. And I say leave it. I say leave it. Come on, get it in there. Oh, see, it's just buggy, and I know it's a beta, but I'm sorry. With the pressure that they got on them, if this is the best they can do when they're showing it to us, then I don't think they got much better in store for us. And that's all I got to say about that. Complete fail. Every time they show Flash or try and demonstrate Flash on some kind of mobile platform, it's a complete and utter disastrous fail. And now one more thing I want to talk about. Google in yet another privacy violation after stealing Wi-Fi info. Now it says Google has admitted that they've been sucking up information from public Wi-Fi networks and storing it for their own use in the latest of a string of privacy violations from the massive company. Now remember what I just said there. Public Wi-Fi networks and storing them for their own use. Taking people's info that has unblocked Wi-Fi with no password on it or nothing, you know, just at home Wi-Fi. Some people don't even know to put passwords on it. A lot of people don't, you know. And if those are open, they've been sucking data down through those for their own use, it says. Now, Google is well known at this point for their lack of regard for the privacy of their customers. Now, from releasing information to the Chinese government, you know, remember the big hacking deal? And to compromising and letting and censoring the internet for the Chinese government, and only restricting censorship, only pulling censorship when China hacked their system. Same way here. If they would have never been caught, they would have never admitted to it. If China would have never tried to have hacked them, they would have kept censoring search in China. I think Google is really, really pushing it. You know, we got to remember to go on. It says we've got to remember the connection features that they put without alerting people first, aka buzz. Remember? They really have a bad track record for doing this kind of thing. Oh, we didn't, you know, we didn't know China was hacking us, so we're going to stop censoring search. Oh, we didn't know our Google cars were stealing data, so we're going to stop doing that now. That's always their excuse. Well, we didn't know. Okay? This time, they say it was a total mistake, and they didn't even know they were doing it until recently it came to light. Which, in other words, Germany said, we want to audit you. We want to audit what you're doing with your information. And this was found, and then Google says, oh, we didn't know we was doing it. We're sorry. Okay? But yet, earlier in the article, it says Google stated that they was storing it for their own use. So how could they be storing this information for their own use and not know they're getting it at the same time? Okay? They're going around mapping places. How can they, in this world, not know they're sucking down Wi-Fi data along with that? That's completely ridiculous. If Google can drive around and suck down people's Wi-Fi information without Google even knowing it, what kind of responsible company does that? It's even worse almost that they didn't know it. I would rather them say we was doing it, because at least they knew what they was doing, but now they say we didn't even know what was going on. So you're telling me this is another huge, massive security leak? You was pulling down users' data from their Wi-Fi network and you wasn't even knowing it? Tell me again why I should entrust you with all of my information? Tell me why again I should trust you with anything? And you actually want me to believe that you was sucking down Wi-Fi information and you didn't know it? Since 2006? What? Has all this data that you've been sucking down since 2006 just stored itself invisibly on your server somewhere? Somebody's had to have managed the information. Somebody's had to have stored the information. Somebody's had to access it to use it. This shows how much Google frequently disregards our privacy. They're continuously pushing the user, like Facebook, to see what they can get away with. And every time they get caught fucking with our privacy, they say, oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean to do it. We didn't know. And that is no excuse. You were driving around breaking into people's Wi-Fi hotspots that were unencrypted and stealing their data. I can show you a link, if I can find it, of somebody going to jail for that exact same practice. Okay? If I can find it in my history. I don't know if I can. Okay, so here's that one of those articles, as you can see, in 2007. Now, this has been going on since 2006 with Google. In 2007, London police arrest man for stealing Wi-Fi. Now, this is in London, and if you Google man arrested for stealing Wi-Fi data, you'll find an instance or two here in the States even. This is not cool. Google going around stealing, sucking data off of people's open Wi-Fi connection. This is not cool. And them saying they didn't know makes it even worse. If they did know, then that's it for sure. Fuck you. Time and time again, Google has just showed us that they don't give a shit about our privacy. If they're going around, driving around, sucking down people's unencrypted data, what else have they been doing that they don't know about? Huh? This is inexcusable, and this is something that you never hear happening to Apple. Apple don't do this to people, and they don't even want to give their information, add information out and stuff to other people. They want to keep it for themselves, whether it be a profit reason or really a moralistic privacy reason for their users. Regardless, Apple doesn't have this issue with privacy, and Google is constantly breaking and betraying our trust when it comes to our data, what they're doing with our data, and how private they're keeping our data. Every 6 months, Google is breaking our trust somehow, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to use Google anymore. If I could at all change my Google search from Safari, I would. If you know how, let me know. I'm not going to use them anymore if I can help it. I really dislike what they're doing. They're ripping off every single person in the world for their technology, the iPhone, now the Google tablets, and now we're hearing about us doing what they did with Buzz, and now they're doing this with sucking down people's unencrypted Wi-Fi data. Out of all the people I thought might be stealing my information from my Wi-Fi network, I thought it might be somebody like my neighbor, let alone I had no idea it would be somebody I'm supposed to trust like Google. This is ridiculous. They've been doing it since 2006, people. 2006. How much have they got, and what have they done with it? That's what I want to know. Anyway, brothers, stay tuned for my next video. We're going to do a sin bench video, and what do y'all think about these? Of course, the example of Adobe Flash here I have for you all. I have it here on the screen for you all to remember how choppy and shitty the video was. You're more than welcome to go back and watch it again if you like. And you can see we're going to get some chop, stutter, choppy, not optimized for mobile, chop. Come on, yeah, this is a great full web experience. Man, that's ownage. Sorry, guys. And the second little bit we talked about was Google stealing everybody's wireless data, which is that really a fucking surprise? Come on. I've been right all along, guys. I don't mean to rub it in your face or say I told you so. But Flash sucks. It's always going to suck, and it's not got no place on the web. And Google don't care about your fucking privacy. The quicker you accept these facts, the better off we're all going to be. A lot of people are agreeing with Adobe just because they hate Apple. They don't give a shit what's better for everybody. Adobe don't give a shit what's better for everybody. And maybe Apple don't give a shit what's better for everybody. But I have an easier time believing Apple cares what happens to its users more so than I do fucking Adobe. Look at the millions of dollars they spent on this ad campaign to answer Steve Jobs' letter. That big ad campaign you seen? We heart Apple, but we are for open, blah, 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 blah. Can you believe the money they're spending on this ad? This means they're threatened, and they better find a solution instead of trying to ram Flash down everybody's throat. 3 million developers, I'm sorry, stick to the desktop. There's no place for you on mobile platform unless you're accepted by Android. And go ahead, do your little Flash stuff on Android and let it be a shitty experience, and people will just keep buying the iPhone. Either way, it's good for us. Win-win for us. You go develop your shit for Android, we get rid of a bunch of shit development going on that people want to go on the iPhone. We get a bunch of shit Flash out of the way. Or you can go to the other developers and people can see, hey, the experience on this phone sucks compared to my iPhone. So really, it's a win-win situation. No matter what you do, you can't win. You're not going to be able to find something that performs well. And if you do, you're not gonna have the market that you would have with the iPhone. Maybe one day you will, I don't know. But to me, the 3 million Flash developers who are crying in their milk, crying in their cereal over this, needs to just get a grip with reality and fucking move on. The mobile world has not embraced Flash, and it's not going to, so please stop trying to make it. It's not about freedom, okay? I'm so sick and tired of this. Steve Jobs wants to censor me. He won't let me sell porn. I want to watch porn. Porn ain't bad for kids. Are you kidding me? I'm so sick of this shit. Do you go to Walmart and bang on the manager's window and say, listen up, you motherfuckers. You all are hindering my freedom because you won't let me buy Penthouse and Playboy in your magazine aisle. So does Walmart have any right to say we don't want to sell Playboy or we don't want to sell Penthouse in our store? Yes, of course they do. So why don't Apple have the right to say we're not selling porn apps in our store either? And people want to say, well, look at Playboy. Well, Playboy's been established. It's a very established magazine. And it's not as distasteful as some of the other porn apps out there. And I'm sure if you go look at the Playboy app, it's probably all clothed. I'm sure they're all clothed individually. I'm sure several other apps were too. Okay, and the people want to say, well, them leaving Playboy up is kind of hypocritical. Well, Playboy's a big player, guys, and that's just the way it is. That's the way of the businesses. That's just the way it works. Playboy's a big player. These other little smut apps ain't, and that's just the way it works. Accept it. It would be that way anywhere. And you all need to get over your porn. You know, if you want to watch porn, go to some other platform. That's all I can say. I mean, everybody enjoys their porn, okay? But obviously, porn doesn't have a place on the iPhone or iDevices from Apple. And if that's really a deal breaker for you, then we're sorry. But it can't be helped. Those people ain't worth keeping around to have my app store flooded with porn apps. Okay? Yeah, my kid can get on there and search through anything they want. I don't have to worry about them finding porn. They might be able to find Playboy, but that's all they're going to get. They're not going to get a plethora of bullshit that's going to show them ads and link to fucking smut ads from hell. Just like Gawker and Gizmodo, they own a porn site. Fleshbot or something. Come on, what's that tell you about these people? What does that tell you about these people? They said, listen, we'll give you your phone back, but you got to send us a letter so we can post it online. You know, you thought Apple PR was cold to you before Gizmodo? Who you wait till now? Everything about these situations is completely... I know I'm an Apple fanboy, but Apple is in the right here. Everybody that's around these... It's just fucking thieves, liars, and smut kings. All these people are diving and vying for a place on the iPhone and iPad, and they're not wanted, and for some reason they just can't accept it. If it pisses you off that Steve Jobs don't allow porn on his devices, then I'm sorry, go buy an Android. If it don't piss you off, if it pisses you off that Walmart don't sell Penthouse, then go somewhere that sells Penthouse. You have no right to enforce your will of what you think freedom is on people. It's Apple's freedom to allow what they want on their own devices, just like it's your freedom to not buy those devices if you want. Your idea of freedom is completely fucked up. Freedom doesn't mean you can do absolutely anything you want with anybody's property any time of the day. You know, they got a store, but we're free, so you can go in that store and make them sell you anything that you want. Make them carry any kind of, you know, racist or raunchy material that you want because you want it. And if they don't carry it, they're hindering your freedom. Give me a fucking break, people. Go read the Constitution or just brush up on business law a little bit. Look forward to the next video. It's going to be a Sin Bench, and we'll see you then. OS 10, brothers.